Hello, maayong adlaw, Pilipinas. Good day, Philippines. Good day sa tanan nga nag-watch aning video. Shout out the ko kay wait ha. Shout out ko kay Sir Ramer Mendoza. Thank you kayo sa pag-subscribe sa channel, sir. And I hope kani siyang video makahatag og another lesson for the day. So, peace and blessings, everyone. Are you there? Are you okay? I hope you're in the pink of health and in the peak of happiness. May blessings of peace abound every day of your life. Shout out the ko diha sa akong pag-umangkon diha sa Ormo. Si Annabelle Tahanlangit. I hope you're doing well and you're moving on. Cheer up lang, girl. Everything in this life are all temporary. Everything is changing, and the direction depends on the way you drive your life. Anyway, ang atong topic karong gabi na is all about the power of attitude. Unsa day kagamhanan ang attitude. So usahay ka nang ma-confuse ang tao between attitude, behavior, character, personality. That I will be discussing in separate videos later on. But for now, I want you to understand the power of attitude. So when we're talking of attitude, it has to do with the mindset, the way we think. When it comes to behavior, it has to do with response, execution, actions, behavior. So when it comes to character, it has to do with the traits, which if you mask all these three together with the person that you want to project, that is in whole personality, which we will be discussing in separate videos. So for now, ang atong topic is all about the power of attitude. Unsa kagamhanan ng attitude? So I think diha gi-coin ang word nga aptitude. Aptitude is all about your attitude and your capability. When these two married together, that's going to be your aptitude, your ability to, it has to do with the skills and your, anyway, we will be discussing that in a separate video. For now, it's attitude, your mindset, the way you think. So ang atong previous video is all about life by design and life by default. So, everything in this life is a product of your choices, decision. If you decide not to understand things, if you decide to understand things, then you will learn. If not, then you will be ignorant. So, everything in this life are products of our decisions. So, that decision is influenced by attitude, mindset, the way we think. So, ako lang gibutangan og ganang for easy recollection, ako lang siyang gi-code into attitude for your altitude. Now remember, attitude determines your altitude. So how high you fly is dependent upon your attitude. So kung unsa kataas ang imuhang paglupad aning kinabuhi, depends on the way you think. So if you want to stay down, it's your choice. And it's your attitude. It's your way of thinking. Now remember, if you say, I can, and if you say, I can't, yung kang kaya na ko, or may yung kang di na ko kaya, you're always right. So for those people who want to fly high and they see the possibility rather than impossibilities, believe me, they can fly high. So that attitude of seeing the possibility rather than the impossibility of things will make a person fly high. Dili ka tong mag-fly high kay nagdruga ha. Kaya bang you want to reach higher and higher and higher in this life. Because the higher you fly, the better you can see the world, the beauty of the world. We're not talking of materialism only here. We're talking of the holistic perspective. Kan kinatibuk-an sa tong ginabuhi. But remember also, no matter how high you fly, always put your feet on the ground. The better grounded you are, the better you're attached, the better human you become. Ang uban usahay said, taas na kay glupad, wala nagpabilin ang tiil sa yuta, sakit kay na ang bagsak. So, your attitude determines your altitude. If you dream to fly high, if you aim for higher achievements, that aim, if you will just execute, if you believe you can do it, and you will do the steps toward getting it, then you can be what you want to become. So that's altitude. Number 2 is tenacity. How cohesive. How no matter what situation nga maabot sa mong kinabuhi, kanang bisan pa og kapila katumban huipon og bagyo sa imong kinabuhi, you remain intact. You are so tenacious that you cannot be easily broken. But it's sometimes you have to go through the process. The process may be painful, but believe me, if you have the right attitude, then you will end up being tenacious. Na nakaka-cohesive. Na nakaka-gahi. Kung bato pa, bato bantilis. Nabisan o kapila pa ni mo hapak o wall. Mabuak na na yung wall. Pero ang bato, dili. Pero mo lang sa nagingon. Kung sa kuno ka gahi sa bato, sa hinahinang tagdo sa tubig, mo-crack siya. Pero it's not what tenacity means. Kinahanglan kana gani murag ipapiltan og glue. Dili ka basta-basta mo breakdown. Tenacious. And it depends on your attitude toward things. Pero believe me, once you are so attached to material thing of inside, your tenacity is always influenced. Dali ra ka mo breakdown. But the more you relieve yourself from materialism, di ka basta-basta mo break. Because anything that is material in nature readily breaks. Kung materialistic yung mga perspective na kinabuhi, your tenacity will be impacted. So everything in this life is a matter of perspective, and it all starts with your mindset. That is your attitude. Attitude towards things. Attitude towards people. Attitude towards situation. So your attitude, the way you think things, the way you respond. Because, for example, attitude determines how you respond to situations. Either you're responsive or you're reactive. Those two are different. So it will test your tenacity when situations comes challenging. Then attitude also determines your tendency. Your tendency to fail and your tendency to succeed. Asa ka padulo? Are you going east or are you going west? You cannot go to these two opposite directions at the same time. So when you're heading west, you will not be ending in east. Or you're heading east, you will not be ending in west. So your tendency either to fail or to succeed is impacted by attitude. Because that is the power of attitude. So the better you know yourself, again, back to self-inventory. Are you clear where you're going on, where you're heading to? Are you clear with your direction? Because the clearer you know where you're going, the greater the tendency to get there. But when it's not clear to you where you're going, believe me, you will be sailing in circles. You do not know what you're going to do. I mean, what you're gonna do, and you do not know where you're heading to, and you don't know what you're gonna become. And it all starts with the confusion within you. That's why self-inventory is very vital. What values you embrace depends on your mindset, the way you think. Okay? So that's one of the power of attitude. It impacts your tendency, where you're going to. Either progressing or regressing. If you are progressive-minded person, of course, you'll progress forward. But if you're regressive, so what's the difference between the two? Most people, okay, ako ning tagud-daguro ning dapita diriya where we were heading. Because I had bad experience of people who are regressive type of people. So there are two tendencies of people. The progressive-minded people, probably I will be creating another video for that to tackle to expound it better. But for now, I will give you a highlight. There are two types of people: the progressive-minded and the regressive-minded. Progressive-minded people keeps looking forward. And so when they stumble upon a challenging situation, they rise back up and see ahead. But the regressive type of people are those people who keep looking backward. The pain, the doom, the gloom, all those stuff. They cannot forgive themselves. They cannot forgive those people who hurt them. They cannot move on. And they're stuck in their present pain. They're stuck in their past circumstance that gives them pain for eternity. They are the regressive-minded people. which which is why your tendency is dependent upon your attitude. What kind of attitude you have? Do you have a progressive mind or a regressive one? Regressive-minded people die in most agonizing death. Actually, what ni magpasabot nga kung regressive-minded ang tao na uta kanan, bati siya batasan? No, that's not. There are aggressive-minded people who are kind, but they are just not understanding. The more they keep on looking backward, the more they're stuck in their old pains, in their history, rather than being excited of the promise of the future. But mostly, regressive-minded people, buutanon man ang uban, but bugat sila nga type sa tao. Because they will pull you back into the past. They will share the weights that is actually not important. But they keep loading them within themselves. And people who love them are shared with the burden. So those are the people who are regressive-minded. So I wish, when you understand the power of attitude, you can embrace the progressive-minded type na person. So, attitude impacts integrity. Of course, integrity, wholeness. You're being whole. These days, akong na-notice with this overload of information, where people are looking for ways to solve their, not really ideas, but their way of life, that they have to fake so many things just to earn likes, just to earn views, just to earn hearts, and all this stuff. They're not minding the integrity that will give them a better value in the perception of the world. Ang uban mangilad, mga scammers, just to enjoy life without thinking how it impacts other people's lives, who believe in their narratives, who believe in their promises, who believe in their actions. Grabe ka severe. Grabe ka corrupted ang sistema, where integrity is the least that you can see in people. In fact, sa akong ka-bright na biktima kong dendapita. And it hurts me so much because I myself, I grew up very poor. But I made it a point that I must be whole no matter what. Pero kana ganing nailad ka, nakashare ka sa tao sa ilad sad Kay nagtuo ka nga, wa ka na ilad. Kanang, you believe in your heart nga, dili siya, wa ka na ilad. So, ni-share ka. Ni pareho mo na nga ilad at the end. It's done. So, may perfect anong kinabuhi but intention matter most. And that intention determines your integrity. How truthful are you? How whole are you? Kaya ang mga tao, kaya nilang ibaligya ang ilang pagkatao. Just to show off they're doing well. Oh my God. Kana bang nawala na ang fear of the higher being? Whatever your concept of God is, if you have the concept that there must be higher being seeing all the secrets, the intentions. Honestly, if you have that fear, then you can be wise. Not ang wise katong ilang gingon nga marunong mangilad. The wise that is by definition with wisdom. Adunay kaalam. Pag-differentiate what is truthful, what is humane. The attitude impacts also toughness. I can share to you a lot about this. Actually, this is so close with tenacity. Toughness. How strong? Honestly, I've been through a lot of pain. When I was in that situation, I questioned the existence of God. Nakapangutan ako, may Diyos ba? Murag kanta ba? Natutulog ba ang Diyos? Natutulog ba? Ay, joke ra. Naka-question ko, ana. There was a time in my life that I asked question. Kung sa'y kong gibuhat, ganong nakaabot ko ani nga pain. Kani nga situation, which is so painful. Ya, kana ra ba siya nga pain, no? Related na siya kanang broken ka ba? Kanang broken ka sa imong gugma, nya broke pa ka sa kwarta. Ma-questioning mo, ngano man eh? Di ba? Honest to goodness, I've been there. Miyagi ko nang dapita. Miyagi ko anak nga kanang stopover diha. Good thing is, nagpadayon ko. I did not make a U-turn or left turn. I moved forward. Ug maglingi ko anang panahon na. Pain over pain over pain. I cannot mention you everything here, pero by and by, ma-share na nako ninyo sa akong stories. Matapu-tapu na nako akong story kung magsunod mo sa akong channel. Honest to goodness. Different pains. When I was young, I had the pain of poverty. Painful na siya ha, pero I was not so mindful of it because what is in my mind is the excitement of the future. Kapila ko na kuyapan sa kagutom kay walay kaon. I can remember that. And it pain and me nganong ang uban dagan sila pagkaon, nganong kami wala. Honestly, pero kana nga pain, momentary ra kay ni kaon nimo mawala naman to siya. Bisa pag unsay imong masud nga makaon sa imong tiyan, enough na. Basta ka maulang ka makontento. But there came a time ang emotional pain kaya mo involve gani og relationship. Muna pinaka-grabe nga pain. I was broke and broken. Pero glingion to na ko. Karon nga nanak ko aning nga point where I passed through that junction. Ma-realize na ko nga those were recipes for me to becoming as tough as I am now. And if you only know the person that I am, if I can share to you everything about the things in the past, and with the smile that I have in my face, you say, oh, tough. And thanks God, He's there for me always. Ma-origin na siya. Ang kakampi. E dili mo fail nimo. I hope you also have that. Toughness. Sa dunay sayings nga nagingon, whatever pain that will not make you die will make you stronger. So, unsa nga kasakit, nga dili niyo may makamatay, makapahimo nimong ligon. So, training ra na siya. Kung naamang kay yagian ka nga pain, training ra na siya. It's part of the training that you have to go through. Kaya kung di ka lapas na nga training, ma-stuck up ka diha and you cannot see the promise of success. So getting past the pain is success. So that is determined by the attitude that you have. So attitude, ingna naka-powerful ang attitude. How you respond to how you respond to circumstances. Actually, it's not the circumstances that matter. Dili ang circumstansya. Ay, problema sa kay ingna ni mong good, ingna ni no. It's not the circumstances that matter. It's how you respond to circumstances. Yung sa nimo pag-responde. Ang sa imong move, sa imong answer, sa imong tubag sa circumstansya. Ang kasagaran nato is reactive. Mo reacta. Makalagot ka. And you become an irate. Masukanon ka. Yeah, you have an open portal for the devil. Because when you're angry, you're opening the door to the devil. Anyway, we will discuss that in separate videos. So the power of attitude determines your understanding as to what matters. Kini-kining kibaw ka, mo decide. Kani siya, okay, kani ako i-pick, this matters. Kani ako i-reject, because this doesn't matter. Actually, kana siya nga criteria as to what matters and what's not. What doesn't, I mean, kana siya nga criteria muna siya mag-determine how good you are at decision making. Again, we are all products of our decision. Our decisions in the past make us who we are today. And our decisions today determines as to who we become tomorrow. So understand what matters. Sabi ni, ako ba ning palabyon? Or ako ba ni siyang i-take up? Hindi ka na mga marites type of informations like, hey, ingon ba ito nga? Bati daw kag now. Reacting ka. Does it matter? Mamatay ba ka? O bati ang lang pagtanaaw sa mong now? I think not. You should understand what matters. In this life, you only have to ask 2 questions to understand if it matters or not. Number 1, kanang yung gisulti, I don't like that. But if I pick that up, will that matter? Mamatay ba ko o dili na nako i-take up? Or okay, rag ako na siya i-let go. So that's gonna be the key to decide which matters. Kanang ikamatay, need na siya. Kanang dili ikamatay, want na siya. Naganahan lang sa jud kang i-defend imong self because you want to prove something. Munang makigdebate ka. But at the end of the day, everybody loses because no one wins. Especially when you're arguing with the fool, you become a fool. You become a fool yourself. So when you recognize that I'm arguing with the fool, stop there. It doesn't matter. Gawas kung ikamatay dyan, pero na dyan uban. Nga dili gyud sila ka-determine kung di sila ka-distinguish what matters and what doesn't matter. Imurag ikamatay dyan nga ang uban maghikog. Mag-commit og suicide. Pero gimok yung tugaron, ang pinaka-bottom line is pride. You cannot take how people see you. You cannot take how people look at you. That is pride. Hindi fried chicken kay makaon. Kanang pride, makamatay na. Understand what matters. And it is determined by your attitude. Your understanding as to what matters depends on your attitude. Next is determination. How long you can carry on the sacrifices for the aim that you want to get. For the aim that you want to achieve? Are you determined to get to pass through the pains to get to the point of success, to get to the goal? Are you determined? That depends upon your attitude. Na yung taong interested, ganahan kay Kwana. So, sugod siya. Puti man di ay, di na lang kumutiwas. Mo give up. Walay determination. And that's an attitude that impacts the person's ability to succeed. Determination. How long? How long are you willing to hold on the ropes of hopes to get there? Last is endurance. Actually, this has to do with your tenacity. If you are that tenacious, you can endure. How far you can travel to get through? How far? So your attitude determines as to how far you're willing to travel to get to the point of success that you set in your mind. Otherwise, gamayng hapak sa bagyo, tumba. You cannot endure the pain. You cannot endure the mockery. You cannot endure the criticism. You cannot endure. Di ka makalungtad. Di ka hindi ko classmate sa college. Pila ka kurso ang tabok-tabok. Ang ginikanan, nagkaut-ut in taon ang buhok. Pangutang dito, and after, pag next semester, lahi na po nga kurso. You cannot endure. But sometimes, this endurance must be linked to tenacity and clarity. Most people cannot endure because their aim is not that clear. Actually, your attitude must be within the framework of clarity. Otherwise, if you're not clear with yourself, if you cannot evaluate the weakness and the strength in you, the opportunities and the threats outside of you or ahead of you, believe me, you will be in utter confusion. Ang imong kalibog, isa mga Tagalog halahin ang kalibog sa Bisaya. Ang imong kalibog, endless. Ug mag-wonder ka, why life is like this. So the power of attitude. Attitude, again, is the mindset, the way you think. The way you see things in your mind, the way you see situation in your mind, the way you see opportunities, threats, abilities, anything that you see in your mind, the mindset. That is how attitude exhibits with the way you think. So the quality of your thoughts determine the quality of your life. So cheers to everyone who started self-inventory and starting to level up. Thank you so much for being with me this few minutes of your time, and I hope you are filled with joy in your heart and blessings. Great day, everyone, and bye for now.